return from the grave to give the living cheese. That was by far the worst intro I could come up with. Hello, I see you have found this video. Well, welcome one and all to a tale of where the hell was... No, don't... Oh, I want to restart this now. Welcome one and all to a tale of where the hell have I been for this past week and 2 days. Technically, 4 days, because I've... You know. Well, anyways, so... For those who don't know, I caught the coronavirus. It's not fun. But I'm going to tell you guys all about my experiences of it and make a video out of it. But before we do that, this happened today. So, it turns out I have been working. For those who also don't know, I work alongside Woolworths, as you can see by this jacket here. Yeah, there it is. So, that's my jacket for when I'm wearing a long sleeve. And this box right here contains something that's happened. So, I've been working with... Oops. Okay. As I was saying, I have been working alongside the Woolworths group for 5 whole years, as this pin tells me. Now, I forgot how long I've been working alongside Woolworths, and well, it's been 5 years, so yeah. Also, it's been packaged in a pretty neat box, so I'll give you that. Now, as for what I'm to do with it, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But I'll find somewhere to put it. Not in my recording set, but maybe somewhere interesting. I don't know. So anyway, now, for those who don't know, I caught the coronavirus 2 weeks ago. On Friday, in November. This was not a good time because I had plans for more dislike videos. So anyway, let's go ahead and explain the entire tales of what the heck happened. So, Friday. I was coughing like a madman on Friday. And what happened was Mom suggested you should do a PCR test, which was the saliva test. I tested that and it came out positive. So yeah. When Mom said, oh, let's actually do a different test. Let's do the nasal test. I was very anxious about the nasal test because I thought that it was like the far back of the nose. Turns out I was wrong. And after Mum did that 10 times in each nostril, I sneezed. Yep, I sneezed because my nose is that sensitive. And yes, even I have a sensitive nose for that. So if you try sneakily using a feather up my nose, it might work. But I don't know because I'm no scientist. So anyway, that came out negative. And we were like, we need to do something. Let's do a PCR test. That's what we did on Saturday. I rang work saying I couldn't come in today. And boom, did a PCR test. And the symptoms kind of got worse. So I did my recording session to Dragalia Lost. For those who don't know, the game shut down last week. But we won't talk about that here. I'll talk about that when we get to that bit. On Saturday, I recorded 5 videos, and I slept for the rest of the day. Because I was that tired, because it drained my energy. And, well, I slept through most of it. On Sunday, though, on Sunday, I was still confined to my room. Mom ended up catching it, and I don't know how. Maybe it came through me because, well, it's an airborne virus, and she was the only one caring for me at the time. So, at the time, yeah, I accidentally spreaded it to her, then Mom spreaded it to Damien and Dad. Dad had a stronger immune system. So, yeah. Apart from the Sunday, I had the energy to finally get out of bed and sit in a chair. That's right. That's what I did. Every day, I got up from the bed, from being warm, and just sat in the chair to do whatever I needed to do. On Sunday, however, I did upload a video, and that was related to Dragalia Lost, and that was the The one involving Garuda, which was one of the dragons I wanted to do. Thankfully, I got that one. So anyway, moving on from Sunday to Monday. And thankfully, well, turns out Mom and Damien were tested positive for COVID. Dad, however, still trekked through it because he had a stronger immune system. And I'm actually lucky that I didn't have to be confined to a room and didn't, well, if I didn't spread it to Mom, Dad, and Damien, there's a possibility that I would go insane in this room and just start doing random things. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 3 random things right now. Helicopter, helicopter. Oh, Jesus. Okay. This was not a smart idea. Why'd I try to do spinning and oh. If you want to feel like what the feeling of being drunk is, spin around in circles. Oh, God. Can I stop spinning? Okay, no. Let's... Oh, Jesus. Okay, no. Well, that's an example. I can't go any further while I'm dizzy. Ugh. That was a bad thing, because I had lunch. Ugh. Okay. So, yeah, that's the only example I can come up with. I need to blow my nose. So anyway, Monday. Same situation. I recorded more Dragalia Lost videos. Now, Monday, Sunday, I was supposed to record Dislike. Well, since I wasn't well enough, I just said, yeah, let's just stick to doing more videos for Dragalia Lost. Monday was the exact same situation. And I discovered the time zones correctly. So I finally figured out that midnight, the time zone that was supposed to be for the game was actually 5 p.m. I mathed it better on Monday. And I was like, okay, I have a better understanding of the clock. So anyway, Tuesday, I did the video for Dislike, which was the reaction trailer to Dreams Afar. The Dreams Afar event, by the way, is happening on Wednesday. I'll explain more later in the video. I just want to get this tail out. So anyway, Tuesday. Did the video, the reaction video, uploaded the reaction video, and then I forgot to sign it, so I did that at a later point. Thankfully. If not, then I'm a fool and forgot. So anyway, Wednesday. Oh, hang on, not yet. Tuesday. Apart from that, I binged the living daylights out of Dragalia Lost.
And here's a screenshot of how many freaking folders I've made for Dragalia Lost. Look how many there are. There's so freaking many. I know it looks blurry for all the titles, and that's because the snapshot doesn't work correctly with the video format. So this is just count how many folders there are. That's how many there are. But what I'm going to be doing is, I forgot to mention this in the video, so I'm putting this here now, is on every Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to upload one of these videos to YouTube, starting off with all the dragons, and then finally, the remaining adventurers that managed to survive from that. Even if I missed characters in Dragalia Lost, that's also okay, because there's already another channel that's done my duties. I wouldn't have a care in the world for most of the characters, but I still did it anyways. So yeah, back to the video. This is one of the things I forgot to point out. The other thing I forgot to point out was Dislike. I'll explain that at the end if I didn't point it out.
So what I did was I binged the entire game for like the adventurers and the dragon stories, and I binged through that till 8 p.m. After 8 p.m., I uninstalled the game. I was supposed to have a clip, but I kind of found it pointless because that clip would have been a whole week old, and I just went, nah, let's not show the clip. So, yeah. But yeah, even if I still had the game sitting on my iPad, I would have had to uninstall it because of one reason, and one reason only. It takes up a giant amount of space on my iPad. So, yeah. after Tuesday, I posted the video around 8:13, 8:30, 8:22. I don't remember the exact time. But I posted a video around that period of time saying, alright, people, I'm finally done with Regalia Lost, and, well, I would show you the clip, but I deleted it because it was one of those, like, files I just recorded and then just uploaded it straight away to YouTube, as per se.
Like these clips, for example. These are clips that are just one file. Yeah? Hold on. As I was saying, before I just got interrupted by my mom, saying for me to get changed because I've got a physiologist appointment today. These are raw files from the live streams I did last month. And these are like my first reactions to 3 legendaries, which were, for those who have not watched my live streams, allow me to explain. We have these 3 clips to the left that have the legs. Those were Suicune, Uxie, and Moltres from Pokemon Sword and Shield. The 2 clips that are to the right, though, that are just a white screen, those were from my Pokemon Scarlet live stream, where I took on some Terra Ray battles. And just so you guys know, no, I cannot take on the Charizard one because, 1, you need all 8 badges, and 2, how the hell are you supposed to get all 8 badges without over-farming in the game? I'll just get Charizard on my own. In fact, here's the thing. I get Charizard in every single game, one way or another. If Charizard's in the game, then... Well, if Charmander is somewhere in the game, it doesn't really matter, because Charizard's been in every single game. And I'll say this, Charizard is one of my favorite starters of Gen 1. I mean, at some point they might bring back Blastoise and Venusaur, but Charizard's been in every single game except Legend Arceus, I think. But I don't remember. The only Pokemon that have been in every single game was Pikachu and Eevee, which... Eevee I'm okay with. Pikachu's been in every single game, which I don't understand. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on, because I'm getting distracted. I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear me prattle on about, like, Charizard's better than Pikachu, although who knows. Let's move on.
And that's what I did, was I recorded it, uploaded it straight away, boom. So anyway, Wednesday, though. This ended up being the big day. So, for those who don't know, when I recorded a specific video, I recorded a video for Dragalia Lost, saying farewell to it for many reasons. And, well, yeah. So I posted it. What I did was I actually did a pre-edit over that current edit. So what happened was, it was basically, the file was, I just gave my introduction, said farewell to the game, showed a few characters, and a few dragons, by the way, and then, yeah. That was done. And then I decided that I was also going to include the end credits for those who were never able to watch that. But Nintendo went one step ahead around October and uploaded it to their mobile channel. So on that video, I decided I'm going to go ahead and do a pre-edit, so edit over the original, and then I would say what I needed to say was I had to mute it and leave the link in the description to the original, because I don't own the licensing rights to the original. So instead, I just left it to the professionals and linked it to the video. If it's still up, that is, but I don't know, because I haven't checked. Although they still have the Dr. Mario World stuff. Maybe when Nintendo's fully done with mobile games, then they'll probably remove the channel. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just guessing here. But anyway, Wednesday, apart from that, I also did a recording of my reactions to the updates for the 3.1.6 of Dislight. I recorded it, but I never got to editing it. So what happened was they set it for like 726 or whatever, 728 and whatnot. So what I did was I recorded it. The next day, I edited it and just posted it, filled out the paperwork, and Bob's your uncle. And that was the last video I did for the entire situation. So Friday was just boring. Saturday, I went back to work, thankfully, but sadly, that was the last time I got to see a manager. But I will be seeing her in the future, providing she's in Charnwood at the time of me showing up at random. Because for those who don't know, every now and again I get out of the house, go into Charnwood, goof around, buy lunch, just do whatever the heck I want just to get out of the house and bulb your uncle. And then Sunday, well, Sunday was just Sunday. Another thing I should mention on Saturday, I got back to creating pictures for my DeviantArt page. Sunday, well, same situation, and here we are today. So that was my entire experience with freaking COVID. And do you want to know what I said on Saturday or Sunday or whenever it is? I said to Mom that if this was COVID, I likely would go and get the booster shot. Guess what? I now have to go get the booster shot next year. Yay! Freaking needles! I hate my life! Because for those who don't know, I have a needle phobia. Yes, I have a needle phobia and I'm an adult. I never got a certain... I forgot what shot it was, but it was like... Maybe it was the flu shot? I don't remember, but anyway. So, moving on, because this is an update as well. It's also going to be like... I'm combining this with an update, and the first thing is related to next year. My whole schedule is going to be reworked to the NDIS. So for those who don't know, I do NDIS programs. I now have to rework my entire schedule, meaning next year I will be doing, with NDIS programs, it's going to be every second week, but I'm still going to be recording like normal, meaning that I'm going to be doing more live streams for an entire week because of this change, except Monday, because I still am doing physiologist appointments with my NDIS funds, and yes, a physiologist is what's making me a little more fit. It might not show visual differences because most of the time you see my head as well as like the chest area. You never see below that unless I'm standing up, which is very rare, mind you. And it's not often you get to see anywhere below there. So, yeah, most of the time it's just like this space entirely for like my face. Because no one needs to see below there. No one needs to see my legs. No one needs to see my gentleman's area. No one needs to see my anything below there. We're not talking about that. But that's not all. This time, I am going to be doing 2 live streams this month. The first one, of course, is going to be the traditional Bee Swarm Simulator. Now, for those who don't know, once a year, I will do a video, a live stream, based around Bee Swarm Simulator. Because for some reason, it's a game that I enjoy playing for some reason, and I don't know why, but I just like live streaming it. So, yeah. As for when, I'll be figuring that out at a later point. But that's not all. This is the last month of the year. On the 31st of December, which is a Saturday, I am going to be doing live streaming till midnight. Now, I know what you're saying. Why am I doing that? Well, the answer is simple. Because I just want to do something cool for, like, an end-of-year thing. Like, we just play a whole bunch of video games till the end of the year. And I have a plan. The only problem is there's a guaranteed chance no one's going to show up. Because I know that because last month I did video live streams for Pokemon Sword and Shield where I was shiny hunting twice. No one showed up, and the only thing that showed up in the first live stream was just freaking pornographic material links, like pornographic links. But thankfully I caught that and just removed it entirely. If I didn't remove it entirely, I probably would not pay attention, but yeah. So that's not all. No one showed up to the second one. Makes sense because no, YouTube doesn't notify anyone of when I live stream or when, and it's usually everyone goes and looks at bigger YouTubers that do live streams of the same game. They just get revenue. And this was the same for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as well, which I did a live stream of Pokemon Scarlet. No one showed up, and I just felt miserable. So, this is what it tells me. YouTube doesn't like me live streaming anything else. So I'm going to be doing a test this month to see if my theory is correct that the only game that YouTube is okay with me and will let anyone watch is Bee Swarm Simulator. This is a test. And if no one shows up to that stream, then I might as well just stop doing live streams entirely and just stick to regular content, which will just be boring because I don't like boring things. So yeah, I will tell everyone when that's going to happen. There might be a notice somewhere on YouTube saying, hey, there's going to be a Bee Swarm Simulator live stream on this day. I have yet to figure that out yet. I will figure that out with time. So yeah. Anyways, and is there anything else I need to talk about? Yes. Now, there is one last thing I want to talk about, and that is, for those who don't know, next year, Nintendo is shutting down the eShops for the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U. Now, I tried so many methods and looked into so many different methods, and I have no clue what method to do, but I cannot, for the love of goodness sake, find a solid method that allows me to record for the 3DS. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do an entire month playing games for the Wii U, and if I do find a method in the future, it probably won't be happening, because let's face it, the 3DS era is closing in on an end in 2 or 3 months' time. Why would I jump onto the boat of that is literally sinking? I don't know, but maybe someday I might get an actual method. Like, maybe I'll try and find a capture card that people are still making. I cannot buy off of Amazon because I don't trust it. But, I think I might call this talk, like this blog, like this thing I'm doing now, quits. So, if you guys enjoy listening to this tale of what happened to me during COVID, as well as the updates, let me know in the comment section below, because I've still got to edit this video as well. If so, hit the like button, subscribe. If you have subscribed, hit the bell icon, and leave a comment down below. And one last thing. I want you guys to say this in the comment section of this video going forwards. Or at least for like an entire month. But for this video only, or for this one-time thing only, I would like people to say happy 5-year anniversary for working with Woolworths, or happy 5-year Woolworths anniversary thing, like, or something that involves like happy 5-year working alongside Woolworths or something. Be clever. Just don't make it be stupid. Like, thank you for 5 years of bullshit and pornographic materials. If I catch you saying that in the comments section, I will straight up delete that comment, okay? Because I don't do anything related to pornographic material. If I did, YouTube would literally have been at my throat in like 1 or 2 months later. Or an entire week. Because YouTube deletes those YouTubers who spread like fetish stuff and whatnot. I'm not going to talk about it. This isn't the video designed to talk about it. This video is designed to be more about an update and COVID situation. But yeah, anyway, I will see you all in a future video. Oh, right. And there's one last thing I should probably mention before we actually do move on. I found the clip for Abigail. I misplaced it. It should have showed up in one of my other videos, but I'm going to be doing an individual video tomorrow for Abigail. I'm also going to be doing the exact same thing for another legendary Esper, which is Ashley. This isn't the video that's going to show up with it, but I will do individual videos for both characters tomorrow. But, oh, right, and there's actually one last thing I should mention now. The recording format I'm doing for these, like, blogs and whatnot, I'm going to start using my laptop for these. So, because here's the thing. My phone, it may be useful, but it's just a vertical, like, small frame. Like, I'll have to grab it because it's at the other side of the room. So yeah, that's the size of my phone. That's the size of the whole entire screen. That's what you've been seeing for the entire year, is this thing. So what I'm going to start doing from this video going forwards is I'm actually going to use my phone to create very short intros. But if I want to do a simple vlog or like just talk a bit or something like that, I will use my laptop because it's got more space and it's got more capabilities of recording, whereas my phone is slowly losing seconds for some reason, because one point it's like 22 minutes 19, and one point it's like 27 minutes 22, and another point it's like 30 minutes 30 minutes and 6 seconds, and other times it just goes downwards, like 29, 22, 7, 11. I'm not going to say the number that's in my head, but it's going to be 4, 20. Yeah, it's slowly getting smaller. I mean, age does affect the thing, but anyway. I will see you all in a future video.